I really enjoy my PlayStation. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm bored or just want to relax. I highly recommend it to anyone who likes video games or just needs a break from reality. These are the top 5 most popular PlayStation games ever made. 5. Uncharted 4, A Thieves End. Uncharted 4, A Thieves End is the fourth and final installment in the Uncharted series. The game was released on May 10, 2016, for the PlayStation 4. The game follows treasure hunter Nathan Drake, who has retired from his life of adventuring. However, he is drawn back into the world of thieves when his brother Sam, long thought to be dead, resurfaces and asks for Drake's help in finding a lost treasure. The game received critical acclaim upon release, with many reviewers praising the game's story, characters, graphics, and gameplay. It is considered to be one of the best games of all time, and has won numerous awards. Uncharted 4, A Thieves End is an action-adventure game that is played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Drake as he makes his way through various locations, solving puzzles and fighting enemies. The game also features a multiplayer mode, in which players can compete against each other in various challenges. The story of Uncharted 4, A Thieves End is one of the best aspects of the game. It is a well-written and emotionally charged tale that follows Drake and his brother Sam as they search for a lost treasure. The story is full of twists and turns, and features some of the best characters in the series. The graphics and visuals in Uncharted 4, A Thieves End are simply stunning. The game is one of the best-looking games on the PlayStation 4, and features some of the most detailed and beautiful environments ever seen in a video game. The gameplay in Uncharted 4, A Thieves End is excellent. The game features a variety of puzzles and platforming sections, and the combat is some of the best in the series. The game is also very replayable, with a variety of difficulty levels and side quests to keep players busy. Overall, Uncharted 4, A Thieves End is an excellent game and a 4. God of War. God of War is a single-player action-adventure game that was released for the PlayStation 4, PS4, on April 20, 2018. The game is the 8th installment in the God of War series, and the sequel to 2010's God of War 3. The game was developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. God of War is set in the fictional world of Norse mythology and follows protagonist Kratos as he seeks to exact revenge against the Norse god Odin. The game is presented in a third-person perspective, with an over-the-shoulder camera, and features an open-world environment. Critics praise the game for its visuals, storytelling, combat, and characters. God of War won several awards, including Game of the Year, Best Direction, and Best Action-Adventure Game at the Game Awards 2018. It was the fastest-selling PlayStation 4 exclusive game with over 3.1 million copies sold worldwide in its first 3 days of release, and became the PS4's best-selling exclusive game. God of War is a single-player action-adventure game that was released for the PlayStation 4, PS4, on April 20, 2018. The game is the 8th installment in the God of War series, and the sequel to 2010's God of War 3. The game was developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. God of War is set in the fictional world of Norse mythology and follows protagonist Kratos as he seeks to exact revenge against the Norse god Odin. The game is presented in a third-person perspective, with an over-the-shoulder camera, and features an open-world environment. Critics praise the game for its visuals, storytelling, combat, and characters. God of War won several awards, including Game of the Year, Best Direction, and Best Action-Adventure Game at the Game Awards 2018. It was the fastest-selling PlayStation 4 exclusive. 3. The Last of Us. Game. The Last of Us is a PlayStation game that was released in 2013. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where a virus has decimated the human population. The player takes on the role of Joel, a man who is tasked with escorting a young girl, Ellie, across the United States to a safe haven. The game is widely considered to be one of the best video games of all time, winning numerous awards. The Last of Us is an incredibly atmospheric game that is incredibly immersive. The game world is incredibly well realized and believable. The game's story is emotionally charged and incredibly powerful. The Last of Us is a must-play for any fan of video games. 2. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. 4. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare is one of the most popular first-person shooter games available on the PlayStation 4. The game features a variety of different game modes, including a single-player campaign mode and a multiplayer mode. The multiplayer mode is particularly popular, as it allows players to compete against each other online. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare is a fast-paced and exciting game that is sure to keep players hooked for hours on end. 1. Grand Theft Auto 5. 3. Grand Theft Auto V is an action-adventure video game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. The game is the fifth main installment in the Grand Theft Auto series, and was released on September 17, 2013 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, on November 18, 2014 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and on April 14, 2015 for Microsoft Windows. The open-world design lets players roam Liberty City, consisting of 3 main islands. The game is set within the fictional state of San Andreas, which is based on Southern California. The single-player story is told through 3 player-controlled protagonists whom the player switches between: Michael DeSanta, Trevor Phillips, and Franklin Clinton, and the game's events occur in Los Santos and Blaine County. The game's characters were created by writers Dan Houser and Rupert Humphreys. The game's narrative explores the heists and missions of the 3 protagonists, and occasionally puts the player in control of a main character's accomplice, following his or her perspective during key moments. Grand Theft Auto V also features many side missions, similar to past games in the series. Grand Theft Auto V is played from either a first-person or third-person perspective, and its world is navigated on foot or by vehicle. Throughout the single-player mode, players play as 3 protagonists, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, and switch between them both during and outside of missions. The game gives the player a large, open-world environment to explore, and the option to travel anywhere at any time. Players can control the 3 main protagonists throughout single-player and switch between them at any time, using the game's switch control feature. The game's combat system was designed to allow the player to easily switch between weapons, and to allow the player to target specific body parts of enemies. Grand Theft Auto V also features cooperative multiplayer called GTA Online. GTA Online was launched on 1. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.